Hey everybody, this is Chef Cheryl, the executive chef of Miriam's Kitchen. And I want to welcome you to participate with me today in learning how to make a frittata for NBC4's Health and Fitness Expo. So one of the things about a frittata that I love is that you get an opportunity to use all your leftovers that's sitting in your refrigerator and not allow them to go to waste. So today we're going to make one that has diced onions, bell peppers, bacon, and asparagus. You can also add cheese or use a variety of other proteins that you may have available for you. So we're going to start out by going over and going our pan and sauteing our vegetables up, and then we'll move it forward from there. All right, so now we're going to get into actually making the frittata. So what I'm about to do is saute our onions, our bell peppers, our bacon, and heat up the asparagus in preparation for the egg. So you just take a little bit of each. Put them in your saute pan with a little bit of vegetable oil or olive oil if you like. Just want to get them to the point where they're a little bit softened, but still has a little bit of bite so you can get some crunch. And if you don't like meat or you prefer to have a vegan meat, you can also do that as well. I just tend to be a fan of bacon, so I'm going to use some today. So now what you can see too that's beautiful about adding the bell colors and all the different colors is that you get a nice beautiful looking frittata at the end that's full of bright colors that makes it more appealing even to eat. Even this is a good idea for your children to be able to get them to eat vegetables at the same time as eating a nice healthy breakfast. So once you get all of these just slightly sauteed, you want them to be a little bit translucent and not super crunchy, but you still want a little bit of texture with your food. So only takes a couple of minutes to just heat them up because again, these are your leftovers and everything's already cooked. Okay, now that we've sauteed all the vegetables to get them slightly warmed up because everything's already cooked, we're now going to add the egg, which is what makes it a frittata. So now I'm just going to grab some egg. Make sure to add a little bit of milk. That can be low-fat 2% or whole milk, depending on your choice. It will allow the egg to be a little bit more fluffier. All right, so we're just going to put about 4 ounces of egg into this mixture. So now we're going to wait for it to form, to get stiffened just a bit before we start to scramble it or so it'll get set. So you can see that it's starting to form and get a little bit of done around the edges, which is a perfect opportunity for you to just go around your pan. And ideally a non-stick pan would be ideal because it's much easier to operate with an egg. So you can just work it a bit. Keep working your sides to get your uncooked egg around the edges to help. And just push it down a little bit. As you can see, this is pretty quick. There's the other thing that makes a frittata really a great idea. You just want to work it a little bit. Just trying to make sure you can like get a lot of your uncooked egg onto the surface. So that's going to be there for just a couple of minutes. And you want your flame to be like low to medium, because you don't want the egg to overcook on the outside and then be raw on the inside. So as you can see, it's nice and light. Let that sit there again. You just want it to cook through. So at this point with a frittata, there's another opportunity that you can do is you can add different flavors and seasonings according to your liking. You can have it be an Indian, it can be Mexican, it can be any type of flavor profiles that you want. Again, this is your opportunity to be very creative. So you just want the frittata to get slightly cooked through. As you can see, I've now flipped it over. So as you can see, the frittata has a nice little brownness to it, not too brown, but everything is nicely cooked. As you can also see, it's slightly underdone, which is a good time to take it off the burner, set it over to the side, and you can cover it with parchment or a little piece of foil that will allow it to steam the rest of the way cooked, so it will be light and fluffy when you eat it. Or if you're a little bit more comfortable, you can even set it in an oven that's warm for about a couple of minutes and it will fluff it up and make it nice and delicious as well. So once the frittata has had an opportunity to set, you can just get your plate, slide it right off, which is the other benefit of a non-stick pan. So one of the good things to do after you prepare anything, if you have an opportunity, is put a little bit of the ingredients that are included in what you make On the top of the items, it's also decorative, makes it look pretty, but it also lets people know what it is they're about to eat. So here you have it, a finished frittata that is not only yummy, but it's also nutritious. It's a great way to get all your protein and use leftovers at the same time. This is a common item we would do here at Miriam's Kitchen for our guests for breakfast. Here at Miriam's Kitchen, our mission is to end chronic homelessness in DC. It starts with a meal, but the goal is housing. I'm Chef Cheryl, the executive chef of Miriam's Kitchen. Thank you so much for joining me today. Stay fit, stay healthy, and eat delicious.